We're ready to have a good time tonight.
Hello and welcome back to Moses and Friends. This is one of our favorite shows to do because we take all of our favorite people from the Conan world, we put them up live in your living room. I am your host, Moses Storm, because it was convenient to have someone who has the same name as the show to do it. It works out for taxes. So my next guest is our first musician on the show. I'm excited to talk to him. Not only is he one of the most creative rappers out there, pretty successful online, he's got a show called Thrift Hall. Please welcome Houston's native son, Fat Tony.
Yay!
Man, that just feels cool to say.
What's up?
It's just nice to have someone with a cool name on.
Hey, man, somebody had to do it. You had to have a fat motherfucker on here sooner or later.
So for people that are not familiar with you and they don't know your stuff, I'm interested in how musicians start out. Because I think for comedians, you're usually talking to friends and then they tell you that, hey, you should do this. But how did you start? What was the moment that made you want to pursue music?
Well, I decided to start at probably the worst time possible to link up with my friends. It was the summertime, in high school, my sophomore year of high school, I decided, you know what? I'm going to put on a punk show. I found this band from New Jersey called the Ergs. I emailed them and I said, hey, I see y'all are on tour, but y'all aren't playing Houston. Let me book your Houston show. They said yes. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I had never been to a concert. I had gotten one flyer in my life from a kid before, but I figured it's like the movies. You go to Kinko's, you make a flyer, Xerox it. I found my student directory. I mailed the flyer out to like 100 kids. 5 kids showed
Physical
up.
mail, like actual
Physical mail.
licking stamps, putting it in the mail.
Licking the fuck out of them too. Licking the fuck out of every one of them stamps.
This whole envelope soaking wet.
5 kids came to the show, but that was really my start. And from there, I kept putting on shows and started making music and just kind of like diving right into it.
That's so cool because it's not like you just there's 2 types of hustle where you're just bothering people to get on their show. And then it sounds like what you did is you made your own thing. You're like, here's a venue, which a lot of people don't want to do that heavy lifting. They think it's just going to happen.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't know better because I didn't know anybody else putting on shows. I'm a teenager and I was really into like 80s punk music, and I was really into this band Minor Threat, and I saw them and I was like, yo, these kids are about my age and they're putting on shows, they're putting out their own records, you know what I mean? I'm like, why can't I do that for me and my friends, whether we're a punk band or not? So I just kind of thought that that's what you do in music until later. But it worked out because I learned all these different roles before I met the people who could actually do them.
Yeah, it also helps not getting fucked over in the future because it's like, no, I know what it costs. I know how much drink tickets are going out. I know what the door cut is.
True. True.
You just have more agency over your career.
I remember I got like $300 at a show and I was losing my mind.
Insane.
I was like, yo, let's go to Wendy's. Let's do it all.
$300 is the most amount of no money.
Oh, certainly.
But performing, just getting that first thing where like you're not paying to perform, it's the most amount of money you'll ever have of like, wow, you get a check
I'm
for
16.
20 grand, right?
I'm 16 years old with $300. I'm a fucking baller.
What is the Wendy's order? You go in with 3.
Me, I was the type of guy back then who I'd buy everybody's shit. Like me and my whole crew, I'm buying everybody's food.
Yeah.
My personal go-to, just the fries and a Frosty. Dip that motherfucker in. That's all you need. You don't even need to look at the chicken nuggets and burger and all that shit's garbage.
Square burgers, get out of here. Frosty, getting Frosty bottle service at Wendy's. Corner booth. 300. Yeah, that money goes quick, but that was the first money is pretty like the incentive to like, okay, keep going. This can work out. Now, is that something you carry over to this day? Is to start really carving out your own lane and making your own opportunities? Even as you get more success, do you still feel that urge today?
Definitely, because I think that like, you know, I feel like in any creative business, people want to work with their friends, right? So no matter who your agents are, your label is, whatever, it really is about the person to person. I get more shit popping by just talking to people, befriending people, you know, and not just artists, but anybody that could work in music or in show business. And a lot of times, some of my best work happens like that. Like with Thrift Hall, that was just a friend who I was introduced to through another friend, and we just hit it off. You know, it wasn't like me going around shopping or looking for an opportunity. It just kind of happened naturally. And those are the best ones.
That is a cool show we should talk about. So Thrift Hall, you would have, and correct me if I'm wrong, you'd bring on musicians like Billie Eilish was on one, actors Rosario Dawson, and they basically, it's like a competitive thrift store show where you got to come up with basically the freshest outfit.
You know, something that's fun, like I wanted it to be, once we got the show, right, which is hard enough to get something out there, even a web series, right? Once we got it going, it was just like, let me just holler at people I know and people I kind of know and just see what happens. Like Billie Eilish, total whim. I was at my friend's studio. Coco and Billie Eilish happened to be there. I was talking to Coco's manager, asking about having him on the program. And she was like, yo, Let me text him. Oh, he just texts back. Yo, he's down to do it, but can Billie Eilish come too? I'm like,
yeah, absolutely.
of course. But that's how many of the bookings went on that show. It was like hitting up a person, them wanting to bring their friend on, because the concept is so loose, and it's the kind of show where you can just lean back and have fun, and in a way that's kind of different than like a normal interview or even playing a real game show. Like the stakes were fucking low. We were just there being silly.
You're shopping for clothes that people have probably died in.
Yes.
It couldn't be lower.
We actually filmed it in a Goodwill while people were shopping. So it was like
the Goodwill crowd is not like a Macy's crowd. They almost don't give a shit. If anything, they're just like, get out of the way. It's a little more hostile because there's not another item out there. So people go through racks so fast in the Goodwill.
No one cared that we were. No, seriously, nobody gave a fuck about us. People would like yell at us. Customers would be like, can you get out the way? We're thinking like, oh, they're going to bug out our talent. Nobody cared. We're in LA. Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a fuck. Hey, do you think the show could come back now in a post-pandemic? You think people would be sketched out now in the world where people are like, I don't know about these clothes. Why are these clothes free?
We're gonna really have to sanitize it for the future episodes. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to do a totally different approach.
This shirt you're wearing, this is a thrift find?
Oh yes, this is definitely a thrift find. 1996 Tori Amos shirt, recovering Christian.
Yeah.
So you can get a good look at this bad boy.
It's royalty-free font. It's great.
But unfortunately, this is one of those expensive ass vintage T-shirts. This ain't no Goodwill find. You know what I mean?
Okay. But is this the favorite vintage item?
Definitely, hands down. Because it's just like, it's the kind of shirt that has never gotten old for me. Walking around with recovering Christian Biggest Day. Get some good looks, spark some good conversations. You know what I mean?
You cut through all the bullshit right away. There's no, the weather's weird today. I want to know you. What happened that you're advertising your recovery? This is my favorite thrift find. I got two in preparation for this. A terrible shirt.
Okay, that is very awful.
We have a polka dot shirt, and then probably this, something I wear all the time. It's like a motocross jacket. And favorite thrift find because on it, it's got a real story because it's Barb. So it's a woman's jacket because that's my frame. And it says not the mama.
Wow.
So
that is fucking ill.
Whoever Barb was really wanted to get it out there that she was not the mama.
It's like some Billie Jean shit, man. It ain't her. It ain't her kid. Don't leave the responsibilities on her.
This is what you can't find at ASOS. A vendetta in a jacket.
Now that I think about it, there's a lot of moms out there taking some shit they don't need.
Yeah.
And I think we need to franchise Not the Mama into a brand. I'm on my business shit, Moses. You and I need to do this.
Okay, I like this. For moms that are tired of playing the mom roles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can be more like a dad where they leave at 6 a.m, don't come back till 8:42 at night, and you're not allowed to ask questions where they were.
That's the kind of father I've always wanted to be. That's the kind of father I plan to be, and I hope I inspire my wife to become one of those Not the Mamas.
These desert shows you've been doing are pretty cool. You've been performing in the desert because it's the only option, essentially. It's the only safe way.
I don't wonder why. I just wake up and I wipe the crust from my eye. She just wake up, hope to get the kid to school on time.
It's easy. No one's there. You know, and when I first did it, I was thinking, yo, are people or like neighbors, houses, somewhere around here gonna be tripping? Nobody gave a fuck. It's just me. The nearest house is like miles and miles away.
Yeah. So you just go there and you set up, like there's no permission needed or permits. You just find a spot.
Exactly. Because it's all wireless. We got in-ears, you know. It's very little. And we just make it work. No one cares. Just find an empty spot. I mean, I feel like the worst thing I got to worry about is like somebody running up on us, maybe trying to rob us, fuck with us. You know what I mean?
I think it's Joshua Tree, so it's like where white people go to feel spiritual. So you might get some dudes that look like me on shrooms, very confused, and think that you are an hallucination.
Wearing big
You're in,
hats.
like, a
You can't
suit.
forget the big hats.
Oh, the giant hat that fills in all the gaps you don't have in your personality. Ask me about my hat because everything else in my life has been pretty easy. I think that's all you got to worry about is people coming down from ayahuasca, coming out of their Airbnb, tripping.
You know what? I might be right there with them. We were very tempted to take mushrooms doing this because we're in the desert, and typically that's what we're going to do if we're out there anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the first time I went to Joshua Tree, I was like, I don't get this shit at all. And then went for Eric Andre's birthday where mushrooms
Now we're
are on the
talking.
menu. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I get it.
It's not a drug-free place, you know, even the locals.
Yeah, Joshua Tree's not beautiful. Drugs is, I think, the message I'm trying to put out for this show to get us demonetized. This was great talking to you. I can't believe we're already out of time. You got to come back because there's so much to talk about. And if you're down, you should do a song on the show sometime. We'll find a way to set it up.
I would love to come sing.
That would be great. We'll do it.
I got shit here, as you can see.
We have keyboards and we got boots, baby.
That's right. I'm a fucking Texan.
Get them boots. Okay, man, this is great. So where people can check you out, I think across social media, it's Fat Tony Rap.
Get on Spotify. Listen to the new Fat Tony album, Exotica. Check out the Gambling Man Mariachi remix because it's lush and beautiful. And hit me up on Instagram and shit. I'm everywhere.
Fat Tony, everyone. This is great, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Love ya.
Bye. And then Mary, you still standing by?
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much.
No, it was interesting. I love hearing about the moms in the rap audience.
Right? Finally,
was
something we
great.
can relate to. I feel like a mom at any rap show.
Yeah, right. I always feel like a mom nowadays. I'm not a mom. Are we started? Are we interviewing?
Yeah, I'll say my next
Oh.
guest, you know her from Pony. She's got some great sets on there. Also from Solar Opposite on Hulu, Mary Mack. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Moses. Thanks for having me. It's nice to be here. I'm in Minneapolis. This summer, I was mostly staying in a camper up in northern Wisconsin in the real woods, and I did not. I showered in a lake, and that was every day I write running water in my gratitude journal.
That's great because it's not so much showering in a lake as just soaking in filthier water.
What? Not
You're just
yeah.
soaking. We lived in a camper for the first 10 years of my life. We were
That's
in a bus.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow, we
So-
could probably swap tips.
We could swap tips. Where do you empty the septic tank? Are you going
Right.
with the blue one? Do you want a compostable system? Because those things
Right.
never work.
I know. I've gone through all that. You know what I do? I had to Google the instructions. I don't know if I should look at the camera at you, but I had to Google the
We
instructions.
want you to look at the corner of your room. Can you look at the back corner of your room? Your eye line should be, if you could completely turn yourself, it's just more engaging
I
for the
had to
audience.
Google the instructions on this European sani potty that came with my camper. It
That's
was very
intriguing.
complicated, and a lot of people talk about the walk of shame.
Yeah.
But my walk of shame is when I walk into a wayside rest to empty my camper, my portable camper
Yeah.
toilet.
Because everyone knows what that is. They make them blue. So everyone's like, oh, there's all your feces. That's your box of feces. And there's
Mine
no,
is beige. Yours was blue. Your sani potty was blue.
I saw a guy get in a fight with someone at a campground while he was holding his septic tank. He just emptied it. And it's like, well, you lose, whatever you're saying. Oh yeah, how about you put some respect on my name? How about you it's like you have a box.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a real exclamation point on whatever you're saying is when you release your own human excrement out of a receptacle. Okay.
Yes.
In case you didn't know what to talk about, I brought a list of possible topics. Self-learning, Moses. I'm not for it. I'm the kind of person who's like, just put your head down and shut up and do your work. But you know what the pandemic has done for people? Too much self-realization.
Okay.
I learned about myself that the greatest sense of accomplishment I can ever feel is when I'm almost done with a bar of soap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see what you've accomplished. You're like, whew, how that showering is paying off. And it's like, why do I get so excited? It's not like you can cross it off the list, Moses. You can't be like, done showering. But I get so excited because I've been on the road for 18 years. Like, I never get to finish a bar of soap. But thanks to Donald Trump and this great pandemic of ours, look at how good I'm doing. Look how thin these are.
Oh, you brought it. Oh,
I brought it.
You never see them that thin.
In 18 years, I've never finished a bar of soap, and because I'm always gone. And look at how good I'm doing. Like,
Look at how
thin.
And no hair on them. Look at this.
No hair, thank God.
I think you need to rebrand, and you need to sell thin soap for people that need accomplishments in their life.
Ooh, yeah, like the training wheel of soap.
Absolutely. You get that thin, you get that accomplishment.
You're welcome, America. If we're lucky, we'll have at least 6 more months of pandemic so I can finish these soaps.
Yeah.
Okay, Moses, do you have a superpower?
No, I have no superpower.
Well, I do.
What is it?
Is your boss Conan O'Brien?
Yeah.
Since you're working for Team Coco?
Yeah.
Okay, so guess what? When I wake up in the morning, I don't even have to do anything. And my hair, I got it on my phone. My hair is as good as Conan O'Brien's as soon as I get up. You see that?
Hair?
That's my hair in the morning. Look at that height.
That perfect swoop. What's the secret for waking up with good hair?
Sleep hard.
Sleep hard, have stress dreams.
Sleep hard, nightmares.
The sweat and anxiety will exfoliate the follicle.
Oh, sure. Sweat, anxiety, dog hair. You want it all in there. And then it gives it a little extra lift.
Before we move on, the last business idea, you didn't ask for this, but the superpower for the hair, you have a salon that's just nothing but twin beds. People lay in the salon and then they wake up with great hair.
That is a good idea. You know what though? What if you did a little helper and you were like, I'll do their hair while they're sleeping? Well, isn't that a time saver and a multi-billion-dollar idea?
I think only you could get away with that business.
I think that the smaller you are and the quieter you are at night, since they're sleeping, the better the more success you'll have. And if you know a little bit about hair, or if you have a battery operated curling iron, that would be a big help. You don't know where their outlets are, Moses. You don't know if they got an outlet behind the bed. What if they only have a USB charger and you weren't prepared for that with your curling iron?
Right?
To-do list for Conan. If you could let him know, and if you could let Ruthie and JP, who also work there, know. The last time I was on Conan, they blew up my CD album, my last CD album. I have a different CD album out, but this one, they blew it up. And then what happened was Conan and Andy signed it, very nice of them. But then I stored it in some plastic in a closet in Los Angeles when I was out there. And this is the kind of air quality in LA. You guys, it's just the acid of either the plastic or the air just chewed it away. Like, this is not supposed to be there. And they did a nice job, took a lot of time to sign it. And now it just looks like hell. And I really would like it if they could find it in their busy schedules. If I could send them this and they could recreate it, maybe try to be as authentic as they were the first time, because I would like to put it on my wall. But
you want the same message on there, the same heartfelt message, but a redo.
I will pay the postage. Hey, I apologize if my conversation is a little too mundane.
Not at all. I'm enjoying this.
It's the small things in life that you got to think about, Moses. Like, in this time of impending doom and wretchedness and it just putridity, you have to just focus on what you can control, the small things, right? Like who the fuck is using metal spatulas on my Teflon pans? Who's doing it? Is it the dogs? My husband's the only one that lives here. Get that.
This is a mistake. This was a huge mistake.
You better not be using that on a nonstick pan.
I cook everything on a paper plate over the stove. I have a very bad life, and I have a can of beans like Dennis the Menace.
I hope so.
But this is the worst purchase I made in quarantine. Hands down, this has ruined my life. I got cut on this too.
Yep.
These should not exist. And I think we need to rail against these. All these
that-
are good for is picking up that last little bit of soap.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what else that's good for? Drywall. You can mud with that.
You can mud with that. So yes, I'll drywall myself a new pan.
Yeah.
Is there a quarantine purchase you made that you regret or absolutely love?
No, I don't know. I can't remember all the purchases. I've been doing a lot of Facebook Marketplace, mostly for companionship. Like I don't need.
You just want to get to know someone via I don't even want an oscillating fan.
I did buy an oscillating fan. I even bought a ceiling fan. I didn't need it. I just was like, I need to meet somebody. I need to see a person. So the driveway exchange is the most, it's the most human connection I've had is like, okay, I'm like, okay, I'll Venmo you or I can bring cash, but you don't have to stand within 6 feet of me, but could you please just bring it outside and say hello? I met so many nice people.
I 100% know what you mean. It's very embarrassing, and I did not expect to admit this, but I just, my desk broke, so I had to get one off of Craigslist, a new desk quick for this. And this woman, she came outside and gave me this desk, and we were talking for a little bit, and I had like nerves, like it was like a first date.
Right. It's scary to see real people.
And Facebook it is so much different than Craigslist, where it's like, no, I don't want any contact. Here's cash. I don't want to look at you.
Right.
Facebook Marketplace, you have the whole profile of someone,
Right.
and their QAnon theories. So you really can hit it off quick.
Sure, you can really hit it off quick or not.
I bought skis and I learned a lot about Q.
Right. Well, I got a problem, Moses.
Yeah.
I just added to my workload.
Oh no. See, one's got to go. They can't both be in there.
I can't shower this much. Now it's not 2 soaps. It's 3 soaps I gotta use up. I'm not Wonder Woman.
Your life has taken a real dip. You started on a high. We're very proud of this, and then this broke.
Yeah.
I'm just getting word that that Conan is no longer sending the new album cover. He's very upset about this. So he does want to invest in the sleep hair business though.
Oh yeah, sleep hair.
That would be a great brand ambassador.
Sleep hair, that's where it's at. That's the only reason I'm here pitching. We don't need a Shark Tank.
No.
We don't need that. People already know they need somebody to do their hair while they're sleeping. Like that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
If you want to go in on it with this online internet money you're making, you can please invest in this business. It's actually called Better Hair, BEDDER.
See, this is great. Please invest.
Please invest.
Please watch your stuff online. Mary Mack.
Comedy.
I'm you an album. Comedy.
Mary Mack Comedy.com.
Well, this is great.
I know it's good, Moses.
We're business partners. Now we're business partners forever. I thought this was going to be an interview, but I walked away with a lifelong cash machine.
Money, money, money. Okay, I'm muting. See you later.
Okay. Thank you, Mary Mack.
Bye.
Now, we have some MVPs of the Team Coco world. You know her as the co-host of Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Sona Movsesian is here. You know him from Blackish. You know him from his very funny special on Netflix called Cold Hearted, which I wanted that name, but he got it before me. And he's got a new special / non-special out that I want to talk to him about. Please welcome Sona Movsesian and Deon Cole. Thank you both for being here.
Hey, Deon.
What's up, family? How's everybody?
We're good.
Sona, what is that behind you, Sona? A poncho?
No, I don't know. Okay, so I'm at the Largo.
Oh.
I'm backstage because we're shooting today, and then I looked over and there's a random like military uniform here for no reason. I don't even know what this is.
What side is that for? What does that represent, though? What kind of military? What is that? Is that one American's ally?
I don't even know. I think Marines.
Come on,
I
Sona.
don't know. Do the Marines wear white?
Come on,
pants?
Sona, put it on.
Part of
Sona.
your role play outfit.
Sona, put it on.
I don't know.
You gotta put it on. See, this is gonna get in a lot of trouble.
I'm gonna get creepy though.
She has just a random military outfit behind her.
Could be anything. Could be for any side. Out of
Perfect
context.
size, probably. How about if it's the perfect size?
Yeah.
Fits like a glove, and it's not yours.
Yes.
Hey,
Wow.
look at that.
You feel powerful?
Yes. I feel like I can do anything without any repercussions.
Boxy as hell is like a Steve Harvey suit. If Steve Harvey went to the military.
I remember I wrote a bit for Conan about Steve Harvey suits, and that did not go well.
Yeah, I might be giving away a compliment we're doing.
Oh, snap.
Sona, what would it take for you to join any sort of military organization?
I don't think I could ever join the military. I don't know. Can you guys?
I know I wouldn't, because I did a TV show where I played a soldier, and then I always get cast as the soldier who dies immediately. It's like coward soldier number one. We're like, guys, I don't think we can do this. And I died when, like, you know, the first part of the show when the credits are still rolling of like who's in the show. I died at that part.
I'm black, I know. Every black person dies during the credits of horror movies. Just know.
100%. Die when like the
Every horror movie, the credits go up and they go, "What's that? What?"
during the song where they introduce everyone.
Hey, Jack, we going boating today?
Oh
No.
This reminds me of my Conan bit, the desk moving back and forth.
Yeah, look at you. Look at this setup. You guys are not familiar. Deon Cole has been DJing disco mornings. You bought all this equipment a couple years ago, and then just in the lockdown, you started.
I bought it 4 years ago and never had time to play with it and just had it sitting up. And then when this pandemic hit, I was like, let me see if I can play this. The next thing you know, had DJs sending me records to break and all of that. So it's been going great. It's been good. It's been fun. Something to do. Keep your mind sane. You live alone. And you don't have no woman or nothing like that. Or pets.
Yeah. Well, this is what he's known for. He's the DJ that cries. Like right before the bass drops, he fully cries.
You tend to live through the music. When I first started, people was busting up laughing, man. They was like, don't quit your day job. Like everybody was going, because I was so horrible with it. But I figured, you know what? If I learn how to do this in front of these people's faces, they're going to feel some kind of way, because you should be doing something with your pandemic time. You should be learning a new language, writing a script, doing something you love to do. And while you're laughing at me, I'm gonna get better. And that's exactly what happened.
Would you ever do requests? I know DJs absolutely hate that.
Nah, I won't do no requests. Nah, not at all.
Someone coming up to the booth, grabbing on your equipment. With
I'm
man, Projection 5.
I'm like, why you gonna come in here and ask to request something you just heard in the car? Like, you should have it on your playlist already. Why would you come in here and want to hear it too? Like, you love it that much?
Can you play a full episode of the Joe Rogan podcast?
Oh my
God. I get turned. I start talking about nootropics. That's how I get fucking Me and Timothy Ferris going on.
You silly as hell.
And you also have your record behind you. Do you ever try to work your stand-up into some disco, just on the B side?
I did one day. I did it one day. I played a track and I played my comedy on the track. But then I took it off because I play every Sunday at like 11 a.m. and it's a lot of older people. and it just didn't go good with Disco Sunday Fellowship. And I was going, you see that beat? And I was sticking and I was pushing and I was like, yeah, that ain't the Lord's work. Yeah, that ain't the Lord's work.
That's not the drip. This guy be fucking, I know this guy be.
I need a backsliders hour. Just Deon Cole, Saturday night backslide.
So Sona has picked up kind of a quarantine skill. You picked up archery. Have you kept up with that?
My husband wanted to buy a gun, and I was like, please don't buy a gun. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to buy a bow and arrow. And so he bought like this massive bow and arrow and all the equipment, like the wrist guard and the thing that you put on your back to like pull out arrows. What is it called? The
Quiver?
I forgot. Quiver. That's what it is. And so sometimes like we just go to our backyard and we just shoot bows and arrows at this bag.
Wow.
Just enough terrible things were happening last year that I remember when you told me about this, my first thought was not like, whoa, that's whimsical. It was like, that's actually smart. Archery.
It's actually fun. It sounds fun as hell. But if you're using it to protect you all, you will be shot. Just know that.
Yeah.
Know that they will shoot you. The time it takes for him to put his gloves on and grab his arrows.
I gotta chalk my hand.
Lick the arrow and line it up, because I know he licked his arrows. Lick the arrow and line it up.
Wait. Why is Tack licking the arrows?
Because that's the sinister fucking way to do it. You gotta lick the arrow before you shoot him. You lick your arrow. By the time you do all of this, and then you gotta like aim it. You gotta get the aim. He will be shot.
Oh,
yeah,
just letting you know that.
Why is he signing up to leave DNA at the scene? This sick.
That's just sick arrow stuff you do, man.
Flash a little semen on the arrow and
just arrow stuff. It's cool arrow stuff, man.
There are better ways to protect yourself from like a home invasion.
You got a robber standing there like this, like.
Hey, Sona, I left that rash cream in your dressing room.
Oh man!
Oh. What did he say? We missed a solid joke.
He said I left that rash cream in your dressing room.
Oh, that's great. Tell us about the rash.
There is no rash. He's just being an asshole.
You know, Matt's a pretty straight-laced guy. He wouldn't just make something up. Deon, you did something I would never do, where you put out essentially a non-special pretty recently on Netflix's YouTube channel, I think it's on, where you're working out material for a tour, for not even a special where you're like, I have a half idea. To even before you go on tour, you do these small shows that if anyone even listened to a voice memo of mine, I think I would die. And you put this out. It's so funny. It's hostile. You're yelling at audience members. It's incredible. What, besides just like having nothing to do, what was the incentive behind putting that out?
I was thinking like, yeah, all that material that I was working on for my special that I chose not to use is still funny. And I was like, man, I should put something together. So I put together all this footage of stuff that I was doing, that I was working on that I did not choose for my tour or my up and coming special. And I was like, man, I should just put together and show the people just the whole process of how we come up with material and how it doesn't work and how we're insecure with it. And just these nights of everything ain't glorified. Everything ain't in front of 3,000, 5,000 people every night. This is 40 people, me trying to work this out and show people this process, you know, as well as give them something, you know, that they can, you know, laugh at and have during these pandemic times or whatever. So I put it together, Netflix saw it, and they was like, damn, like, yeah, we can definitely do this. And I was like, yeah, we should definitely put it on the YouTube channel. Like, just keep it raw, give it to the people. And they was like, yo, let's do it. And we put it out, and I think I'm like up to, it's been probably about since October, November.
It's almost at 1 million.
Yeah, we almost at 1 million.
Almost at 1 million, which is crazy. I watched it maybe a couple times. it was the first thing that made me really miss performing live, because that's what it is. You watch a special, someone has a bunch of purple lights behind them and a leather shirt they never wear.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me miss it. That's like, oh, I feel like his agents are backstage.
Yeah.
But when you're in the lab, you're yelling at people. This woman's like, catfish. It's that was the first thing that made me miss performing live.
Yeah, man. And it was genuine. You know, it was a genuine take. All those were genuine takes. And I was like preparing for my tour that I was gonna go out on in April. And then when COVID hit, it stopped all that. And I just was like, damn, you know, but so the tripped out thing is people love it, and I'm glad they love it and they be gravitating to it, but they still haven't seen what I kept. So I would love, so if they're loving that,
that's amazing.
I can't wait for them to see what I kept. You know, out of all those nights. Yeah.
Because also you're doing well. You're the first person I've seen do well. And am I wrong? Is this performed in the Improv Lab?
The Lab, yes.
Okay, so if anyone's not familiar, the Improv is like, the Improv got a divorce. And Mom's house is the main room. It's incredible. There's food. And then the Lab is Dad's house.
It is.
Mostly a bar. There's not a lot of people. It's sketchy. People have nothing better to do. It's hostile for no reason. And you pulled off essentially a special in the worst room in LA, arguably the worst room.
See, the thing about LA is when it comes to comedians, that's why everybody think they funny, because everybody here is so polite and so giving that motherfuckers be feeling like, yo, they the funniest motherfuckers in the world. But you go take that shit to Memphis, they will murder your ass in Memphis. They will throw shit at you that shouldn't even be at the comedy shows and shit. So right. You, rice. Like,
I have a wedding later.
Who threw cooked rice at me? What?
Right. Threw office real chairs at me.
You're like, who's cooking rice? So I was like, man, let me do the Lab. And the people at the Improv are so cool, man. And so I was like, they was like, yeah, you want to work out in the main room? I was like, nah. And my manager, my agent, Andrew, was like, yo, yeah, you should do the Lab. And we was like, fine. So we got up and I did it. And I was like, I remember those first few nights, I was like, this is not the move. And then I started going, great, it's not the move. Because everywhere else, you really ain't gonna be able to get the real. People gonna laugh just to be generous. And that doesn't help you. Like in LA, a lot of LA, not LA people, but people in LA, they have to know that you're not helping when you're being polite, because what you're doing is you're setting comics up for failure when they leave LA.
Because it's all performers in LA, in New York. So everyone, if it doesn't go well, people are like, I'm just so happy he's expressing himself.
Yes,
exactly. Very rough day in my class. I was very vulnerable in my acting class. So I just appreciate his vulnerability. And then you go to Phoenix with someone that lost their job. They hate their wife. They're addicted to Percocet. And you get up there with the same spaghetti. How come spaghetti is always too wet? And people are like, no, I have a bad life. No.
It's a world of difference, man. It's a world of difference. So I was like, I want to have one of the hardest rooms, because I figured like this: if they give me a hard time in this room, this would be the equivalent to me doing okay. You know what I mean? So yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And it shows in the special when you look at it. Like when people look at it, you see this isn't your normal LA set or audience. You know, this is like me, like soul wrenching, like riding home with no radio. You know.
Oh, a bad set and no radio home? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, I know that. Where you're like, you piece of shit. You don't even deserve music. You don't deserve to listen to Omarion.
All you hear is turn signals. That's it. It's just tick, tick.
You hear
tick,
the light change?
Tick, tick,
How
tick,
am I
tick.
hearing light? That's rough. The other thing that you kept in your special I was so happy about is you were like, why did I wear this sweater? Because every time a joke doesn't go over well, you're never going to wear that shirt again. Especially if it's new. You get home and you're like, this is stupid. Why would they put the armpit here? Like it's the shirt.
You'll blame your set on everything. Why did I eat oatmeal before I went? I'm not eating oatmeal no more.
Pioneer days, who eats oatmeal? I'm a successful man. I am free to DJ on Sundays. That's the level of success I've hit.
Oatmeal and cuts. Every Sunday, Deon Cole playing the cuts and eating oatmeal. Every Sunday, 11 a.m., disco oatmeal.
Oh, this is geriatric show.
God.
Sona.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
Ah!
What's happening?
There he is.
Yes! Yes!
Yo!
No,
COVID. No? Oh, right. Can't do that.
you have to lick with the mask on.
With the mask on.
Yeah, it's a myriad of reasons. Super.
How you guys doing?
What's up, Conan?
How are you?
What you doing, buddy?
Well, just going over my notes. Whatever, just grinding it out. Just trying to grind it out.
That's what people say.
Nice coat.
Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Red Baron.
Yeah.
The Red
That's what I'm doing it.
Like a biplane in here from the Truman era. And Greater Largo. Ooh, and a big old foam pouch.
This dump's in here and it's creeping me out.
Oh my God.
It's okay, Conan.
But I gotta run. I gotta get my makeup on. I'll see you guys later.
All right, brother.
Have a great
You know-
show.
Love you, man. Love you.
Back in there. Don't tell anybody about the ventriloquist dummy.
We're ahead of you.
Oh my God. That was horrifying. I'm sorry.
I was upset about how much I look like that dummy. Like it looks like the dummy I would work out my therapy on. Like, you need to yell at you.
Yo, Sona, what room are you in?
I know. There's a military outfit and a ventriloquist dummy.
That's got to make it on the show.
Golly, look at that room. And a a weightlifting trophy.
The Largo's known for its bodybuilding content.
1981.
That's sad because that means someone peaked in 81 and they're still keeping that around.
It doesn't even have a plaque. You don't even know whose it is.
I remember one of my mom's boyfriends had bodybuilding tapes and he was really proud of them. And we'd have to watch bodybuilding tapes, which are just a guy just going like, ish, ish. There's no action. So you're just watching a man's nude torso. Sona, you've been doing, well, at the beginning of the year, you're doing Sona Fixes Your Life. A lot of things have changed since then. You might be bringing it back. Have the questions got more serious?
No. Even if there is a serious question, I'm not equipped to answer it. I'm not like a licensed therapist. And most of the advice that I give is terrible. So I think that, I think that it's just, we're going to keep it lighthearted and fun. It'll come back eventually. It's really fun to do it.
Has there ever been a question where you're like, I can't, without naming names, that you were like, I can't answer this. This is too.
No, I've answered all of them. Yeah, none of them are like, a lot of them are like, what should I cook for Thanksgiving? Or, hey, can I eat old butter? Like, those are the questions that people
Is there such thing as old butter?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
And also I'm in the house where I'm like, I don't even pay attention to the Best Buy or sell by dates. I go by smell. So if something smells weird, I won't eat it. But if it's like 2 weeks past the expiration date and it's fine.
Yeah. Deon, how do you feel about that? Because like the best before, sell by, it's all over the place. It's kind of like asking someone in LA their age, where it's just like, let's just say I'm best before June. Like you can't, there's no way to tell the dates on anything.
Are you guys strict with dates?
That's funny as hell. No,
I'm not. I mean, we
I
ate
am.
garbage growing
I'm
up,
strict
so
with
no.
dates.
You
No, I'm
are?
strict with dates. I am.
Yeah, and if something in you, if there's like an almond milk and it says February 21st and you see it and it smells fine, you won't even eat. You won't drink it.
Yeah, I'm throwing it away.
Really?
Because I've done it before, and I was like, hell yeah, whatever. And I got sick one time, and after that, I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
once you get sick, then you've been good. So you're gonna keep eating all those expired things. What about medicine? Do you do the same thing with medicine?
Ooh, yeah, it gets
No.
better. Cough syrup, Robitussin gets better.
After the date?
After the date starts to separate a little bit, starts to curdle. Ooh, what's this?
No, my parents are very old school. My mom did not give us like medicine. She just was like, just tough it out and beat it yourself.
Old school, that's like the 1600s. You beat it out and do some bloodletting.
I know. So we would just suffer and then we'd get over it. So I don't even know what medicine I have in my house. Like, I don't think I have any. I don't have cold syrup.
This is the only medicine a lot of families have. They have like cough syrup and Pepto-Bismol and duct tape. That's all they use to fix anything that's wrong with you.
Wait. What's the duct tape for? My stomach hurts. Swallow a little piece of duct tape. Gets all those toxins out. It's like those Bjork strips. Dip it in. Pulls the toxins out.
Oh, man. You guys, I might have to take off soon because we're gonna have to do this interview. I'm so sorry.
No. We're gonna wrap up soon. We got a bunch of stuff here. This has been great.
Okay, good.
This is also the internet where no one's like, can the show be longer? No one on YouTube has ever been like, wish this was. We're one of people's many open tabs right now. We have like hardcore porn, some Craigslist purchase they're not going to buy, some screenplay they're not going to finish, and then we're over here talking about archery and licking arrows. Sona Fixes Your Life is going to come back in the near future.
I think so.
So send her some real heavy questions.
Hard-hitting stuff. I'll fix anything.
And then Deon has the special out / non-special. It's on the Netflix YouTube. It comes up right away.
Oh, you could just go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in Working It Out. Working It Out on YouTube. Bam, you'll see it. It's right there. And then check me out every Sunday. I gets down every Sunday on here DJing on Instagram Live. And I produced a movie that I'll probably have to come back and talk about all that.
Oh,
No, but just real quickly, what's the movie? Real quickly.
No, it's called I'm Fine. Thanks for asking. And you can go to the Instagram page and just like the page. And then once we get the movie, it's already shot, it's done and everything. But once we finish our negotiations with it, then I'll let everybody know. But it's called I'm Fine. Thanks for asking. It's a good movie. Me and my partner, Kelly Callie, and yeah, we excited about it. We got some other projects too, so I definitely will be back to talk to you all. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. So go check that out and follow that page right now. Support the movie, trying to do your own thing.
And Deon Cole on Instagram. Yes. Thank you all so much. This has been great, Moses.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thanks for talking to me. First person to talk to you today. This is great.
Love, baby. Thank y'all, man.
Sona, thank you so much for being here. Have a great show.
Oh, thank you.
Today. I'm sure you're going to be in it. This is a lot of fun. We'll see you guys soon. All right, so that's going to do it for us. Thank you for everyone that watched the show. Fat Tony, Mary Mack, Deon Cole, Sona Movsesian. A huge thank you to them as well. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we hope to see you there. Good night.
drops. It's the music in your soul. When you're grinding from the morning to the night, where your mind just need to lose control. Sometimes we're talking China, just hold each other's body, say their goodbyes and sorry. No need to talk together, we've got each other's pictures. Let's take a chance at better. Than when you don't have to stay.